Hello, I'm doing a book review, and the book I want to review is The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Now, The Catcher in the Rye was published in 1951, and I first read this book when I was in high school. I read this actually my senior year of high school, and and before I read it, I really had no idea what the book was about, but a lot of people kept telling me about the book. A lot of people have said it was like one of their favorite books, so I decided to read it, and and I really enjoyed this book the first time I read it. Now, I just recently reread the book, and I will say the second time reading it, I don't like it as much as I liked it the first time I read it, but I think the reason I don't like it as much is because, that was like my first time going into the book, so, I think the second time going into it, it was a little, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I still really enjoy this book. I just don't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it the first time I read it, but this used to actually be one of my top 5 favorite books of all time. After rereading it, I'm not really sure if I would keep it on my top 5, but I would definitely keep it on my top 10 list of like my top 10 favorite books of all time, but this really is a great book. Now, the whole book is really a character study on the character of Holden Caulfield, and whether or not you like the book, I think really depends on whether or not you like the character of Holden Caulfield. But I think now basically the book is about a teenage boy named Holden Caulfield who has recently been kicked out of the private school he's been attending, and before that he has already been kicked out of like 3 or 4 other private schools that his parents sent him to. So basically school's about to let out for Christmas vacation, and what happens is he's really afraid to go home to confront his parents about this, because he knows they're basically going to kick his ass if they found out that he's been, kicked out of another private school. So basically the whole book is really him going through New York City, and basically the whole book is narrated by him, and you get a lot of his views on life, and there really isn't a plot line to the book. That's why it's a little hard to describe it, because there really is no plot line. It's really just about the character of Holden Caulfield. And like I said, whether or not you like the book really depends on whether or not you like the character. Now, I like the character, but I will say I didn't agree with all his views on life, or, but I did enjoy the book, though. Like, I enjoyed the character, I mean, but yeah, The Catcher in the Rye, it is a great book, Now, I will say one thing about the book, which could be annoying to some people. I didn't mind it personally, but it could be annoying to some people, is the whole book, since it's all narrated by him, the book has an interesting writing style, because it's basically, the way it's written is basically the way Holden Caulfield would talk, so there are certain points where the character does repeat himself sometimes, so that could be annoying to some people, like, the way he talks, or like, because he sometimes repeats himself a little bit, and he uses a lot of different phrases, like, the word phony gets used, I don't even know how many times in this book, because he calls a lot of people in this book, phonies and stuff. He's basically kind of like a depressed teenager, and I have one friend who read the book, who, he said he liked the book, but to him the whole book was really just Holden Caulfield being a whiny bitch, which I'm not sure if I would call the character a whiny bitch, but I guess that could be a criticism if you didn't like the book. But yeah, but if it sounds like it's your kind of book, because like I said, there's no plot line to the book, and it's really just him talking about different experiences he's had in New York City, but so if it sounds like it's your kind of book, I would recommend it. I personally love the book, but like I said, it might not be for everybody. So yeah, that's my review on The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and bye.